Here are some minimalist moving tips to help you be successful with your move as well as declutter your home fast. Hello, my name's Rachel. I do videos all about decluttering, minimalism and money spend year, and today we're going to talk about how minimalism can help you move house and some moving house tips for you. You won't be surprised to know that this is about decluttering and getting rid of as much as you can before the move, as well as looking at what you can do after your move. So I've moved quite a few times in my lifetime. For me as an adult, I've been in I think around 6 houses. This is my 6th and they were all rented. And before that I lived with my parents, so we had 3 different houses that we lived in over my childhood. In all I've lived in 9 different places, and that probably seems like quite a lot for a lot of people, but a lot of it wasn't necessarily in my control. So for me as an adult, most of the time we moved was either because we were pregnant and needed a bigger house, or because the landlord wanted to sell. So there were quite a few times where I didn't have any rights, and you don't really, you just have to vacate the property because they want to sell. What might surprise you is that I have always been quite a hoarder. So for me, moving house you'd think could be helping me to streamline, but I took everything with me, and every time I moved the place would be a little bit bigger, or maybe it was moving from a flat to a house, and all I did was collect all my stuff up and move it, and then each time I had more stuff because the space was bigger, so I just kept accumulating things and I just moved it with me every time, which I do not recommend. It can be really expensive to move house. You've got the rental of a van or lorry or a removal company, and they charge for the amount of stuff that you have. So anything that you can do prior to moving house is really going to save you some money and hopefully generate some money for you. And a lot of the stuff that I had was sentimental stuff. It was stuff that were from my childhood memories, or it was those things that were just in case items. It's accumulation of different things as you get older, and if you don't get into the habit of having a regular clear out, it's so easy to accumulate things. So with my house moving experience and now thinking about it with a minimalist mindset, here are the things that I would do if I was moving house now. Fingers crossed I don't have to, because I really don't want to move. But if you do have to move house, a minimalist approach is really going to benefit you. So here are some moving house tips for you, and there are 5 tips to follow. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to declutter furniture. These are big, heavy ticket items, so it's really worth noting which items of furniture are not going to work in your new home. See if you can sell them or donate them. Selling them will help generate some money, but that's not always the case, or not always possible, depending on your timescale. Or you could donate it to friends and family or to a charity, as they will take things as well. But decluttering your furniture is really going to save some space on removals. It's going to save you a lot of energy having to lift it and move it, as well as the cost of the space on the rental vehicle. The second thing you're going to do is declutter any obvious stuff. So this is like clothes that don't fit. It's items that you don't really need, and you know that they're just sat there, you just haven't gone through them. Those kind of things that are just like easy decision making items. You know it doesn't fit, that can go. You know that's broken, so that can go. You know that you're not going to watch DVDs anymore, they can go. Think about all the logical, easy stuff that you can quickly make decisions on. Some of the items may be ones that you can sell and generate some money, and other ones can be donated or recycled. And it's really important at this step that you are being quite ruthless, so get rid of as much obvious stuff as you can that you know is not going to work in your new home. And number 3 is to pack room by room. It's really important that you label everything really clearly so that you're ready for the other end. But when you're packing, you need to think about whether or not this item is going to work in your new home. Is it worth putting that item in the box? Do you want to have that in your new home? So you're thinking a little bit differently here about whether or not it's going to serve you in your home. If you've already got another item that's similar, that does the same thing, do you need that many of these items? Have you got duplicates? It gives you an opportunity to really see what you've got in each room and decide if it's going to work for your new home. My fourth tip is to unpack only the necessary items when you get to the other side. When you're unpacking, take out all the important things that you know you're going to use on a daily basis. Anything else, if you've got capacity obviously, leave it in a box. Decide whether or not you're going to leave it for a month or a couple of months, if you've got the space to do that, or if you're just going to leave it for a week or 2 weeks, and decide, actually, if I've not used that item within a couple of weeks or a month, am I actually going to need it? It helps with those decisions that you're not quite sure on, those unsure items. Now is the time to really think about whether or not you're using them on a daily, regular basis. And if not, then those are then items that you can consider decluttering. So get out your essentials first of all, leave anything that's not essential in the box, and then review the items in the box after a month or a couple of weeks. And then it will allow you to think a bit more realistically about some of those difficult items. And my fifth tip is to design your room with intent. So when you're in your new home and you're unboxing and you're putting things away, really consider how you want to use the room, how it's going to benefit you, and then have another opportunity to reassess some of those items as to whether or not they're really going to serve a purpose for you, whether they're going to function well in this room. Does it need to be in a different room? Is it something that would work better somewhere else? Or is it an item that you can let go of? So use that as an opportunity to reassess some of those other unsure items that you had put into your room and really think about whether or not it's going to work well for you. So be intentional when you're designing your room, and your layout will help you to think about the function and usability of your items. So there are 5 tips to help you move house with a minimalist mindset. Thinking about them more logically might help you to declutter as much as you can before the move, and then after the move there are steps that you can take to really declutter on another level with those items that you weren't quite sure of. Don't forget I do more videos about decluttering, minimalism and my no spend years. Don't forget to check them out below. Let me know if you find these tips helpful, leave a comment and let me know how your move went if you're moving house, and I shall see you soon for more videos. Take care, bye.